Good evening, tribe. How y'all doing today? Go ahead and tongue tied. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and hope you like this video that's coming up. This is gonna be my little quick drop video review of the Queen Supreme Court from last night. So last night we had the Queen Supreme Court. We had the guest judge was Latavia Robinson, one of the original members of Destiny's Child. And a few things I want to just touch base on. First off, it was the first, it was all that drama over the weekend where Maddie's page was taken down, and she's been doing a lot of lives and uploading stuff, and she said her piece, she vented or what have you. And again, we don't know who did it or why it happened. At least it hasn't come around to me yet. But what we do know is that, at least what I think, let me not say what we know because I don't know. But what I think is some petty bullshit is what I think. And I think there's some people hating. I think it's coming from a particular direction, and I don't think it's Kaya. But with that being said, let's move forward. Let's talk about last night's episode. So first of all, I want to say I love Maddie's look, her hair. I love that hair. I love that green. I love that style. That wig. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. And it looked good on her. Her beat, as always. The dress, I liked the dress. I didn't like the bra piece showing. I mean, I'm sure that was probably what, that's not my thing. But it was a pretty dress. Okay. She started off doing this, do we have a name for her dance? If there's a name for it, let me know. Drop it in them comments. I don't want to keep calling it the titty shake. Could it be the TS shimmy or something? Let's come up with a name with it. But of course, she started it off and she poured her drink. Y'all, first of all, let me say, I don't drink like I used to. I'm a drinker. I don't drink like I used to. Because I take medication and stuff now, so I can't really do a lot of drinking like I used to. But when I was at the height of my drinking, I couldn't drink like she drank. That bitch had, first of all, she had Mad Dog 2020. And if y'all don't know nothing about no Mad Dog 2020, honey, let me tell you. First of all, Mad Dog 2020 take me back to my high school / college years when I couldn't afford nothing else, okay? It's that good, sweet, cheap shit, right? So she poured her glass about this full with some Mad Dog. Then she put some white on top of that, about this much. And she was drinking that thing like it was Kool-Aid. Now, I ain't mad at you, Miss Maddie, but whoo, whoo, whoo. And Latavia was doing the same thing. She was looking at her make that drink like, honey, what in the hell? The show itself, again, I'm going to say that, Latavia, that's probably not your calling. Being a co-host is probably not your thing. She wasn't horrible, but she wasn't great. I think she might have had a little sippy sip herself or something else. And Maddie kept throwing her lobs. See, when you're doing buddy comedy, the thing that worked so well with her last week with Tokyo Vanity is when she would throw a lob, Tokyo could take it. When Tokyo would throw out a one-liner or something, TS could take it. You know what I'm saying? And they could run with the joke, or they could play off of each other. Even her in New York, the first time New York was on there, they did a good job of playing off of each other. Like I said, I think the second time New York was either just too drunk or just doing too much. But they were playing off of each other. And so Latavia just couldn't really pick up on the cues and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And some of the topics, I don't think she was getting the jokes, and she was getting really taking stuff serious when they were really kind of joking. And I don't know. It didn't really do a lot for me. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great, right? The topics were good. The topics were really good. And again, I think production, every week we getting it better and better. They were showing the videos. When they showed it to Tierra Marie, you got to see this much of it. They didn't show nothing to get their ass sued or in trouble, but you knew what was going on in the video. And excuse me. And I think that they had the video of the teacher beating up the student. And I think there was some, because again, I think it was a good balance of everyday topics like the teacher with the student and your celebrity stuff. So I think it was great. I do think it was. I think it was a decent show. But again, Maddie's doing the rotating bench piece. We just don't need to have Latavia rotate back through. That's all I'm saying. I ain't hating. I ain't saying nothing bad about her. None of that. I just don't think that's her thing. That ain't your ministry, boo. Um, I am gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get up out of here because I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be no long review. Um, y'all Beehive. Let me tell y'all something. Everything ain't about fucking Beyonce. I get it that Latavia is an original member of Destiny's Child. I get it that people are going to always ask the question. People are going to, for the rest of her life, she's going to always get the Beyonce questions. That's inevitable. But like she said, if she ain't been shit talking Beyonce in the last 20 years, why do y'all always worry about what these people going to say? She was getting hate mail and threats. T.S. Madison was getting threats just because she was going to be on the show. Did y'all think they were going to do an hour-long episode on Beyonce? Like, did y'all think that's what it was going to be? And did you think it was going to be a Beyonce hating uh, episode? Like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all need to really... And then people don't understand why I be like, Beyonce and her fans be doing too much. Well, I shouldn't say Beyonce, but her fans, y'all do too much. It's cool to be a stan. It's cool to love Bae. I'm not taking nothing away from that woman's talent. I'm not taking nothing away from none of that. But y'all do too much. Everything ain't about her. And for these people to be getting death threats from the Beehive just because she's gonna go on this on the Queen Supreme Court, they talked about Beyonce for 5 minutes. The rest of the episode ain't had shit to do with Beyonce. 5 minutes, and honestly, 4 of those 5 minutes was about them getting death threats for talking about Beyonce. So had y'all not even said nothing or threw out no death threats, her name might not have even came up. Y'all need to stop that shit. Y'all really do. Y'all really need to stop that shit. Anyway, I was going to review Gag Order last week just to try to be fair and be balanced. Last week's Gag Order was good. I didn't see this week. But last week's was actually pretty good. She seems like she finally got her production together. So I'll go ahead and just do it now and just make it one video. It looks like she actually got her production together. She's down at the club at the Ivory. It looks beautiful. The set is a beautiful set. She's got the backdrop where she's got the case up on the screen, and it seems like she's finally got her vision is coming to fruition. Oh Lord, you wouldn't know that I'm an educator. Anyway, but my problem is this. Let's rewind the tape. Let's get in our spaceships and go back 3 months to February. And one of her complaints was that Maddie was doing too much. She was doing too much with the sets and the props, and she was over the top and spending all this money that she was like, we don't need to spend no money. I was fine sitting on my red couch and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And part of your reasoning at the time, I mean, you've been giving us 20 reasons now, but part of your reasoning at the time as to why you no longer wanted to do the show was that it was just becoming too much, and Maddie was just doing too much, and it was just too over the top and extra, and it was just too many other people involved and too many other props, and just, it was too much, right? Well, what the fuck is this? You're at a club with this big set and backdrop, and you got the PowerPoint on behind you, and you have the whole production team, and I'm not mad at you, sis. I ain't mad at you for wanting to do this. But again, I say, that's all Maddie was trying to do. She was just trying to bring up the quality of the show. And you seem to have a problem with that. But now that you got some other people in your ear and you got some other things going on, you cool with all of this extra stuff and all of the elaborate and getting the face beat and the head did and the cute outfits. And like I said, it looks nice. I enjoyed last week's episode. I really enjoyed it. And I actually watched the whole thing, which is the first time I've done that since you started the Gag Order. So it was a good episode. And I'm not trying to say it was a bad episode. I just don't understand why all of a sudden now you cool with doing all this extra over the top stuff when before you had a problem with it. It's just something to think about, y'all. Drop it in them comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And you know what's funny, y'all? For my faithful, I love y'all. You know, my faithful subs. Y'all, I had my first troll, y'all. And it was so funny. Somebody made a little comment on my last Maddie video about it getting taken down and how stupid it was and juvenile and this, that, and the other. And they were like, well, YouTube took it down, duh. Like they didn't understand what I was saying. Duh, you dummy. I know they took it down, duh. That's what the video was about YouTube taking it down. The question was why? Duh. Anyway, I just thought it was cute and funny. It was entertaining to me. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Tell me what you thought about last night's show. Did I miss something? Was it better, worse than what I'm saying? Let me know how y'all feel about Gag Order. Like I said, I didn't see if it came on, if she did a show last night, I didn't see it. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And y'all have a good one. Peace.